What if I told you that the person staring back at you in the mirror right now was never built by your biggest decisions? What if every quiet, invisible moment you almost forgot, the snooze button, the promise you broke to yourself, the excuse you whispered under your breath, was secretly writing the story of who you are? I used to think change needed fire. I thought it needed a dramatic moment, a breakdown, a breakthrough. But I was wrong. Change doesn't roar. It whispers, again and again, until your brain finally believes it. Before we go deeper into this, if you feel even a small spark of recognition right now, hit subscribe to the Growth Mindset Project. This channel exists for moments exactly like this one, where something inside you quietly shifts. And while you're at it, tap that bell too. Because the truth is, one video won't change your life. But a reminder that returns, again and again, just might. Here is what nobody tells you. Your brain doesn't care about your intentions. It doesn't care how badly you want to change. It only listens to what you repeat. Every time you say, "I'm always late," and then you're late again, your brain nods and says, "Understood, that's who you are." Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," and tomorrow never comes, your brain writes it down as truth. Not because it's true, but because repetition feels like truth to a mind that's just trying to keep you consistent. So let me ask you something uncomfortable. What have you been teaching your brain today? Not this year, not this month, today. Because your life right now, this very moment, is the sum of 1,000 tiny votes you didn't realize you were casting. Let me walk you through 10 of those votes, 10 small habits that quietly rewire the brain toward calm, toward confidence, toward a version of you that finally feels like home. The first one is this: stop solving tomorrow's problems today. One unread message, and suddenly you're imagining rejection. One mistake, and your mind is already picturing disaster. But your body is sitting safely right now. Nothing has happened. Your nervous system just doesn't know that yet. So next time your mind runs ahead of you, ask it gently, is this happening now, or are you just afraid of something that hasn't arrived? The second habit lives in the smallest promises. Confidence isn't loud. It isn't a performance. It's trust, the quiet kind you build with yourself when you say you'll drink the water, and you do. When you say you'll walk for a short while, and you do. Every broken promise to yourself is a crack. Every kept one is glue. The third habit asks for something rare today: silence. Just a few minutes of nothing. No phone, no noise, no distraction. Your mind will complain at first, like a child asked to sit still. But underneath that discomfort is clarity waiting to surface, if you let it. The fourth habit is about finishing, not starting. Starting is easy. Starting feels like hope. But your brain doesn't build identity from beginnings, it builds it from completions. Finish one small thing today. Just one. Let your brain whisper, "I follow through." We are entering a deeper part of this journey now, and if something in you is starting to stir, stay with me. This is where it gets personal. The fifth habit is the pause before your first reaction. Someone hurts you, and your body wants to strike back instantly. But that first spark isn't a choice, it's a memory. The real choice comes one breath later. So breathe. Count quietly to yourself. Ask yourself if this reaction will make tomorrow lighter or just today louder. The sixth habit protects your energy from drowning in tiny decisions. What to wear, what to eat, whether to answer that message right now. Each one drains you quietly, until by evening you have nothing left for what actually matters. Simplify the small things, so you have strength left for the big ones. The seventh habit asks you to stop digging up the seed you just planted. You wouldn't check a seed every morning to see if it's grown, yet we do that to ourselves constantly. A few days of effort, and we expect transformation. Real change is silent while it's happening. It only becomes visible in hindsight, like a sunrise you didn't notice until the sky was already bright. The eighth habit is about protecting the first moments of your morning, before the world tells you what to feel. Before notifications, before headlines, before someone else's opinion becomes your first thought of the day. Breathe first, stretch first, let your own voice speak before the noise does. If this is landing somewhere inside you, somewhere real, do me a favor and hit like right now. Not because a number matters to me, but because it tells me you're still here, still listening, still willing to believe you can change. The ninth habit lives inside your language. I have to go to work becomes I get to go to work. I'm terrible at this becomes I'm still learning this. That one word, yet, is small, but it leaves a door open where you thought there was only a wall. And the 10th habit, the one I think about the most, is ending your day by collecting one win. Not a huge one, just one true one. Maybe you stayed calm today. Maybe you simply got out of bed on a day that felt impossible. Tell your brain that, because if you only replay your failures at night, your mind will start believing failure is all you're made of. And that isn't true. It never was. Here's what I want you to understand, sitting wherever you're sitting right now. None of these habits are complicated. None of them require money, or talent, or perfect timing. They're small, almost boring. And that's exactly why they work, because your brain doesn't fall in love with intensity, it falls in love with familiarity. Give it small, repeated proof, and it will rebuild your entire identity around that proof. As we move forward together, I want to ask you something. Which one of these 10 habits found you tonight? Was it the pause before reacting? The few minutes of silence? The one small win before sleep? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, because somewhere in your answer is a piece of your own becoming, and I think that matters more than you know. I think about my past self sometimes, the version of me who believed change needed to be massive to be real. I used to wait for motivation like it was a storm that would eventually arrive and wash everything clean. But motivation never came the way I imagined. What came instead were mornings where I chose stillness over scrolling. Nights where I chose one honest sentence over 1,000 replayed mistakes. And slowly, so slowly I almost didn't notice, I became someone I used to only imagine. That's the strange, quiet magic of repetition. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't feel like transformation while it's happening. It feels like nothing, like ordinary Tuesday mornings and forgettable little choices. And then one day you look up, and you're handling situations that used to break you. You're staying calm in moments that used to consume you whole. You didn't notice the exact day it happened, because there wasn't one single day. There were hundreds. So here is my gentle request to you before you go. Don't try to fix everything tonight. Don't carry the weight of 10 habits on your shoulders at once. Just choose one. One small, repeated act of belief in yourself. Practice it today. Practice it tomorrow. Let your brain start collecting evidence that you are someone who follows through, someone who stays calm, someone who is, slowly and quietly, becoming. If this video found you at the right moment, if something in your chest loosened just a little while listening, stay a while longer. There are other videos on the Growth Mindset project built from the same quiet belief that your mind can be rebuilt, gently, patiently, one repeated truth at a time. Hit that bell before you go, so the next reminder finds you too. I'll be here when it does.